Hello YouTube, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video, where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bit of a shorter one to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but there is some things I kind of did want to talk about anyway when we're going to start off this video. Is the volume? Okay, the volume's alright. Okay, cool. So, normally I would, if I was going to do songs this short, I would like immediately follow it up with something a bit longer, just basically the next song that comes up. However, I think that the song is, well, I'll get to that in a second, is just short enough that there's at least, we can talk about as much of it as we can without, like, going over, like, any detail, because even a poem that's only, like, 4 stanzas in length is worth talking about. I think there's a lot to be unpacked in a sentence that might only be as well 5 words. And just To Live Is To Die only had about 10 or so words in it and all, and that's a 10-minute song. So, which kind of like brings us to the awkward situation for a completely instrumental song, which Overkill doesn't really do all that lot. They have, or if they do like decide to shake things up a bit, is that they would make an extended solo of a song with only a few lyrics here and there, because Skull Crusher in many ways is kind of like an instrumental, because the lyrics are very easy to learn and you can listen to the song without having anything being said. Standing at the crossroads, which way you gonna go and what gonna do when it comes? Bargaining with gasoline, take a ride on this machine. Who's gonna get me some when it comes? You get the idea. That is, it's catchy is what I'm trying to say. And Overkill has had a lot of catchy material over the years. So let's see if Ghost Dance is going to have the same sort of magical effect on us all. So, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. Let's begin. Ghost Dance in 3, 2, 1, and... In fact, you know what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen? That was Ghost Dance, and again, for what it's worth, it is quite simply the winding gear of an engine, meaning that something is destined to come. The shattering, as I call it, just kind of sounds like maybe the march of some skeleton army, all with maybe this is what I was. Maybe they were inspired by that spooky, scary skeletons video from the 1920s. Maybe that's what it was all about. Now, if I had to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I would stop the video here. However, at the risk of this being too short, we're going to do the song that immediately follows this. Let's see what this is all going to accumulate to. Oh, Neo Automata got like a... Actually, imagine how freaking badass that would be. I mean, 2B is already like... It's getting me all blustered here already, but imagine her jamming to Overkill. That's something. But we're going to take a look-see here and listen to the following song, Weight of the World. So, get ready, because here we go. Hold it. First of all, we are only just halfway into this, really? Second of all, that's better.
It's the weight of the world. When you lay down with dogs, Openings have to change, but the story is always the same. It's time to shed your skin. Abandon promises. And we fight out hard and feel. The more I know, the less I understand. Try not to think out loud. More I know, more I know, more I know, more I feel. The weight of the world. Weight of the world.
Oh my god, my neck. And I was talking up a big game about, posture and that earlier today. I feel like I've blown something in my neck. That's not a good sign, but I must find out later what that was. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, weight of the world. And, well, hang on a minute. Do you freeze in the heat? Wear sunglasses and... I don't call it intuition, ladies and gentlemen, but I do not think these choice of lyrics were coincidental. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. First of all, the music is just somehow overkill. It's like a completely different album now. It's kind of like Ghost Dance was just like an intermission sort of thing. And then boom, do. Shit me, I'm boiling as well. I need to get some clothes off. Shit, my boots. You know what? I think I need a drink. I think that's the next thing I need. Now, getting back on track. Weight of the World. Just I empathize with this song a lot because I empathize exactly with the people they're talking about. Because I fit into this category 100%. You want to know why? I'll go through this entire song line by line if I have to. You feel the weight of the world and your back's not that strong. The spirit is strong but the flesh is weak. And it's when you are so overcome with stress and pressure, you feel as if like everything is suddenly out to get you. You become very defensive because your mind is so busy calculating thousands of things a minute, and you cannot afford to take anything else on board. And you begin to look at everyone else because suddenly you might think that they're going to make your life difficult and ridiculously complicated for no reason. So don't have anything to do with them. Just hit at them if you have to. I felt like that many, many times in my life. I just feel as if I couldn't dare to look anybody in the face because they have some of the coldest, fucking ugliest looks in the world. But that's just all in here. And that's what happens when you're under a lot of stress. You feel like everything is becoming your enemy because nobody is making anything easier for you. That's just the truth. Can you carry a tune, or is the waiting forever so long? The wait, I like the way they spell it, W-E-I-G-H-T. You're waiting forever. You are living with a burden. And what's it say? Can you carry a tune, or is it waiting forever for so long? Do you think this might have been a slight jab at Blitz? Like somebody accused him of being a bad singer, perhaps? Or, if you look at it another way, are people going to look at you as inferior to somebody else? That's another big thing that will bring on stress, is that no matter how much you do, no matter how much you work for, people are going to look down on you. That shit is and you're going to have to live with this fact that not so much that you are, worse than everyone else, but that everyone is going to continue this approach on you. Do you freeze in the heat? Wear sunglasses at night. The idea is that you don't feel comfortable in your natural surroundings, so you have to feel comfortable in your own right. I get that. I mean, call it, part of Asperger's or not, but I feel so fucking great just sometimes just being on my own. And that's a great way to take stress off, is like, I don't know, having somebody to talk to. That's a fucking massive weight off your shoulders right there. And are you beating my meat to the sound of the same old drum? You know what? Change things up. Get a different porn mag. Find something else. Take up a hobby. Keep it fresh. That's what they're talking about. Keeping it fresh. Trying something new. Keep it real. It's time to shed your skin, exactly, and with it, promises. And we bite down hard and feel. Meaning, you've got to really get a hold of what you want to do. And you've got to, like, rip its heart out if you have to. That's straight up what it is. You know what? You don't want to be, have the weight on your world anymore. You have to have the power to not only carry it, but to throw it off as well. That's what it is. Yeah, that's a song in them words. Though they leak through your teeth. Just gripping them so tight because you're so much in fear of, your back giving out or your legs breaking. You feel as if every atom in your body is fighting against you as well. And the only thing that's keeping this world on your shoulders is your spirit. That's what it is. And it's oozing out of your system. It's a good word, that, isn't it? Oozing. You're shaking hands with the right while you're cutting my throat with the left. Yeah, it's the weight of the world. When you lay down with the dogs after humping your leg, this is ideally what happens if you give up, is that you will be left for dead, and all of a sudden wild feral animals will come and literally do the one thing that all feral and wild animals do to a corpse: rape it. Or eat it. Possibly, I don't know. They'll at least pee on it, that's what they'll do. The more I know, the less I understand. The fact is that they took a line from one of my favourite songs of all time, The Changing Man by Paul Weller. That's already a very noble move, because it's a line that more songs, I think, should have. The more I know, the less I understand. Try not to think out loud, because, you know what? Try not to think out loud. You want to know why I don't think out loud about feeling overwhelmed and pressured? It's because I don't think people will understand. That's honest to God, that's what I feel it is. I feel like my predicament, my situations are so of their own that I do not think there will be people around there. But people would sympathise with the fact that some people work and are very, very harsh on themselves for working, because they work very ungodly hours. They work for a very almost slave-like labour wage, and there is nothing better, there's nothing worthwhile to come home to. The more I know, more I know, more I know, more I feel the weight of the world. He's self-awareness. He's realising that's exactly what's happening. It's the weight of the world, and when you lay down with the dogs, all the names have been changed, but the story is always the same. Same shit, different day, different people. That's what it is. It's people fighting in the struggle to keep civilization in one tact on here. And I don't exactly have a very strong shoulder myself. Although you could say this was the consequence of me falling off the top of the world. But that's a story that is only about 2 weeks from the 10-year anniversary. I'm going to make sure to do that as well. But aside from that, I think straight up, in fact, you know what a better message to get this across than in the metal genre. A genre that even as far back as the 90s, people were still failing to understand exactly how they could call it music. Well, you know what? This is what I call music. Now that's what I call music. There needs to be like a metal version of that, like chain of albums. I mean, why not? I've got a copy of, like, the earliest one is that Now That's What I Call Music 72, that had stuff like Lily Allen, Lady Gaga, N-Dubs, Tinchy Stryder, that sort of shit on it. The Saturdays. But to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I feel it's a good thing to be reminded that there are people out there who do understand. That's worth so much more, is to be heard and understood. So anyway, after that, feeling very content and very happy about that, I hope you guys have enjoyed Ghost Dance and The Weight of the World. Please make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the two songs for yourselves, and I will hope to see you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now. And yes, I really did just go through the whole song and talk about every single line.